Steel and Co might actually, him and smooya might be pincered in because faveN, the man we were just talking about, is pushing from that T side. A great little flank comes in, great little angle pulled off, but Steels manages to get one and manages to back away, though I don't think he can go much further than this.
This has not been the greatest start, you could say, for Movistar Riders. Mopoz is trying to cling to life as he gets tagged down to just 33 HP with the bomb down on the B site. And back to the map of, or the last map of Nuke we actually witnessed from Sprout. That's not what Mopoz meant to do. Denis was ridiculous. I think he got 20, I want to say 21, 22 kills on the T side of this map, was just running around finding entry kills pretty much every single round. Saw could not cope with him, and I think it was the main reason. If you didn't have it, it would just be Zoe, the way that it's pronounced in English. So you put it over the top, so it's Zoe. Anybody who doesn't do that, you've got to call them Zoe. And they'll hate you for it.
They already hate me, let's be honest. Alex, you're going to be overwhelmed at ramp, as it looks like Sprout's going to have a relatively clean round to get control of the lower bottom.
That's one thing I'm thankful for. We didn't get Shock versus Shokz.
I was going to say.
No offense, Shock. Oh, okay. faveN, or faveN, is going to go down. Oh, no. Oh, what? That's the bomb. They've just hand-delivered him the bomb. Kressy. Oh, no. That is a huge mistake, and they're going to win the round. A little bit risky. Like it's one that basically, if somebody runs around that corner, he needs a multi-frag. I guess he feels comfortable because of how aggressive Steel is, and would just fade back through his own smoke. Denis, though, taking that space outside again. But he is actually going to lose a teammate on the cross. And smooya, well, he's having a battle with Steel, who's going to be taking all of those fights. And eventually, they end up tag teaming the remaining two, leaving kressy trying to fix the mistakes of last round.
Looks like this should be over, though. Steel lined up. kressy able to at least get the first kill, but smooya's going to lock things down. A nice little early 3K for smooya as well, talking about the offer.
Kressy's actually going to be the one to go in first. Mopoz is almost just burnt to death. He's just about surviving in the corner. Eventually goes down through the smoke. And there is those entry fraggers, one by one. Quick kills into the site. Steel and smooya. It kind of just has to be a save of the weaponry.
So are you saying you'd like to see Sprout, instead of playing solely around, potentially pull off in multiple rounds, really trying to build up that economy, which, as we've seen so far, is going to be very important for their team? But that will be a tie-up at 3 apiece. Looks like they're trying to potentially get down faveN. I'm not sure what faveN's trying to accomplish with this one. Maybe a distraction play. But even so, it's not like Sprout have been able to take lower control or really gain any more ground than they already had before.
You're kicking things off. This is that 1-2 punch again. The Brazilian and the Brit hand behind to try and catch off the rotations. It seemed like they were going to try and get faveN down the vent, and then that would be the sort of like, oh, okay, now we can...
moment. Steel to back him up, and actually no one's watching their back, so Denis could potentially push through. And well, it's not Steel this time getting aggressive, it's smooya.
Really an interesting one. slaxz is probably going to come around the corner, and they're not going to see him. Steel's going to do so much damage, eventually gets put down, and smooya is actually caught by Denis. It was almost like a sacrifice. Okay, I may not have saved my teammate, but at least I did take down the danger man. Mopoz already rotating in, but the bomb will be planted. It's been a weird round, that's for sure, but some very low HP players. Mopoz is going to go in as bait, but shokz is the one to land the shot. Alex also trading things out, and now faveN. He's left low, 34 HP. First kill goes his way without a problem, but now it's the two clutch players against each other, and the German comes.
He's forced to back away, and at least they know Denis is here. They already assume it as they go in towards main, and Spiidi on top of main gets the kill into Alex. The site going to be overwhelmed, and Mopoz just hiding behind the vent. Will they even look to clear this angle is my question.
Somehow smooya is still able to do a lot of damage. Normally an AWP on this sort of retake can't really do too much. slaxz, not quite with the weaponry he'd be hoping for, and it's a tag and almost a kill. Only 3 HP remaining for Mopoz. faveN smells his prey, and again, he's going to be there to close out the round. A little bit closer than above, but Steel ducked below, so the bullets are not going to connect. The second this door opens, you have to think that kressy is going to die, but actually a missed shot. It doesn't matter, though. Mopoz is here looking to brawl with his opponents, and he's got Steel alongside him. This turns into a save. Movistar, the amount of information that they're able to gather throughout this round has just set them up for the perfect stack, and Sprout were none the wiser.
Freaking Mopoz, man. There's 4 players lower, And he's like, all right, hold on. I want to get all these kills. I'm going to charge into decon to look for another one.
Oh, Alex! I feel like just patience there would have been key. Denis, he's going to go down anyway. So I guess it's definitely someone that can step up to the plate. But well, let's see. faveN, can he get past the XM? Oh, this is the ugliest fight. And oh, he does. No XM kill today. And actually another kill coming in elsewhere. smooya, though, is just running riot. It seems like anyone that walks into his crosshair normally ends up dead. And there's another third kill in this round. 15th kill for the CT side of Nuke. And Steel is there to close, right? Because everybody's looking at that cake.
Cake. P side looking overwhelmed the site, and it looks like Steel and Alex will be enough to do so. I mean, to be fair, I think there's a couple ideas, right? Because if you're back to the enemy, it's a lot harder to hit a headshot.
Hit him.
Yeah. And then
I prefer that he's showing off the cake.
Oh yeah, you're looking at that badunkadunk just bounce up in the air. I can only imagine what's going through the heads of a player. And
that's the true Spanish flair. Well, let's put it that way. Already gone past, but at the same time, him being here could be a problem. I'm more interested in whether or not smooya is going to check it, but it might not matter too much because his teammate falling. It's going to have to be some pretty good timing here from Denis as he looks to wrap around the corner, spots the first. That's the bomb on the deck. However, shokz is very quick to trade things back out, making sure that the chances are slim. Sure, there's a man over towards the ramp, so they do have to be a little bit careful with this plant. And Steel, oh dear, aggressive pushes once again, turning things into a 3v2 situation. kressy also tagged, and more importantly, mopoz has come around on the flank.
Full buy up. And they're going to have to channel what Movistar did in their round 3 with these pistols that I'm assuming they're going to force up to.
Now, slaxz, if he loses this duel, I feel like it's going to be almost like a domino effect because him falling, sure, he gets one, but now they've got heaven control. And this pretty much makes every single position that they're currently holding a horrific one. shokz is going to make things work for kressy. Nice work from Spiidi, though. He actually manages to turn this back because he kills the man in heaven and drops the bomb up there as well. So somehow they managed to make this work. Actually burst into A. However, it's only really shokz going for the peak, and wow, the timing couldn't be worse for Denis. He tries to cross as Alex is just waiting patiently. Steel now bursts through the smoke, and he spots out the second player as well. All kressy can do is get one. It's left mainly onto faveN, and Spiidi finally makes his presence known. Looks to try and deny the plant, and well, he may succeed.
Pressure on Sprout has actually looked to put pressure on the outside. Denis here with slaxz. Denis already been spotted. He's going to fall, but slaxz able to at least return the one kill. If I'm not mistaken, that's mopoz actually been able to get out through door, or at least be in squeaky at the moment. And slaxz, he's in a very rough position. He's been spotted out. This should be a quick kill coming through. Oh, but smooya gets caught looking the wrong way, and Alex wasn't there for the return frag. At least spots out a second player towards main. Gets the kill even while blinded up. We expect slaxz, and well, yes, he does. He gets the kill, puts things into a one.
Spot on, spotting him out, and Alex trying to fake the steps as he goes for the peak, but Spiidi plays this perfectly. I don't know what it will necessarily be the most impactful gun in the world. However, it looks like, again, the plan is to try and take deep control, but smooya is going to be caught. Denis, well, I'm sure he's got a grin on his face after how easy that first kill was, but he actually decides to go back for more, and faveN has caught off shokz as well. It's only Steel to respond at all, and he's not going to last long.
Good round here for Sprout. Much needed yet again. Even mopoz to himself in the MAC-10. Can't imagine he's going to get a whole lot done in this round. Maybe get the one kill. That's going to be on to Denis. Cross back over to red. Going to be well, stopped by slaxz. Trying to set things up, hoping for any aggressive plays. slaxz got to be so careful here. He misses the first shot. He's going to be overwhelmed. And they can't afford to have a player like him go down, especially with mopoz getting a frag at the exact same time. It looks like kressy Movistar slowly do get that grass completely over the lower bomb site. Bomb now down. faveN, kressy, Spiidi all going to need to go massive here. But at the same time, do you save it? They don't have the money to fully buy into the next round, and I can already see that. That's going to be the answer. Save and play for the overtime. Oh, faveN. Okay, well, he's not going to be so lucky. kressy might not be so lucky either. This is their map choice. Train to come up next. And we've seen Movistar have so many good games when it's come to train.
Well, kressy at least manages to...
shokz now to hit the opener. Flashbangs come through, and Spiidi's completely bonded up, but he doesn't make any noise. Steel getting the kill into Denis, opens up potentially the upper bomb site. With Spiidi following to smooya with the op, the round might be over. The map might be over. slaxz at least able to respawn onto one. but they're still going to be down a man. They're still lacking a lot of key information, and Steel is looking to continue to push the issue on outside, and with kressy missing that shot, going to put it all into faveN and slaxz in the 2-1-4.
faveN's not quite had a game to remember. They're definitely not like the standout bad performer or anything, but we know that a lot of the time he needs to do a little bit more to hear them planting that bomb. So all the information will be there for Sprout. Obviously, having faveN on the lower bomb site was enough to have a pretty damn good guess. Smoke going through, but it's a little bit deep. I don't think that smoke actually helps them too much. And if anything, the main one that sections things has to come a little bit later. Of course, with the amount of time, the CT side don't really have a choice but to try and push through it. smooya even going to peek into the crosshair, but it doesn't matter. He's taken the head, and he'll be there to close things out as well. It's
here to play. One flashbang left to go in the hands of Steel. First one does open things up to force Spiidi out of position, but Spiidi's still going to hit the shots, and they look to wrap around lower as well.
Will be smooya to bring things back in an after-plant position, although they haven't managed to take too many aggressive spots. Ooh, that is awkward for faveN. Normally somebody so crisp and clean, and shokz actually comes back to take that duel. The headshot connected. He should have been dead a long, long time ago, but luckily they have managed to clear out kressy, or kressy's managed to clear out mopoz, I should say. The trade's going backwards and forwards, the kit retrieved, and now Steel, he's got to actually try and spam him through the smoke. It doesn't look like he's connecting. It's gonna get defused right in front of his...
The smoke here to try to take this outer site together in a 3-2 split shot. First in contact, it's the 1-for-1 trade. Now they should be able to overwhelm denis, as you can see him sitting behind as he switched over to the M4.
That's the bomb. The Steel's gone peeking in with it. They've had to try and use some utility to at least section him off. smooya and mopoz, though, they've managed to turn this into a 2v2. Now they know that the bomb is still open, and eventually faveN and slaxz can...
Might be able to catch a player or two off guard. You can see smooya is going to be on the AWP. mopoz pushing up as denis is going to be there to support. And there's faveN. Drops down behind them, gets 2 quick kills, switches up to the AK. Now Alex and smooya are left alone with 50 seconds. I mean, there is a possibility they just go for the save here unless smooya can hit a shot or two. Don't want to give this op over to the CT side and allow them to have a double up set up with ease. And now smooya is definitely left alone, and he's going to look for some kills here, at least able to get one onto denis. 35 seconds left to go.
I'm quite surprised, actually. Just because of how much money they're going to have at the end of this round. Like, kressy's going to easily break, like, that $10,000, so is...
You should win the map. I mean, obviously, it's just a map you're comfortable on. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to secure it. And Sprout at least showing they can play from behind, which is so difficult to do for a lot of teams. But finally, as we do have Movistar Riders get an initial kill in the round. On the CT side of Nuke, but here comes the push in. Now we have a chance to see it here on Train. And it's gone.
Oh, the first time we see a proper take working out for Movistar Riders. The booty jiggle of Spiidi on the latter. The AWP of smooya. See how sustainable that's going to be. And as said, for Sprout, this really isn't too much of a worry whatsoever. Plenty of...
Upper on the inner bomb site, looking for a pick. And slaxz is going to push up aggressively. Catches him looking the wrong way. shokz going to fall. Early man advantage over to Sprout. Looks like the pressure's coming on to smooya now as he's going to push this position. Not going to win the trade, though, as denis gets the kill. mopoz will at least be able to return the 1, so they open things up towards the outer bomb site. There's still so many players left to find, and they have no pressure from their own team coming in from main.
Oh, kressy's stuck in the mud here. He has been spotted. It would only come down to timing for mopoz to not get this kill, and well, eventually kressy will fall. It started so strong for Sprout with the opening picks, and faveN is going to continue on that same vein. 3v2 situation. Deal with the bomb in hand, flashbang high, and almost catches out mopoz. In fact, instead, they quickly turn it once again. A back and forth round with Spiidi, now the last remaining. The B-site defender looking to try and rotate, and he will be able to pick off mopoz. It's left to him versus Steel. The Brazilian looking to try and get the bomb down. I think he could have spotted his leg there. Instead, the swing comes out. Steel doesn't really need to fight this. Gonna take a slightly more elevated angle. Only has 41 HP and continues to peak. He almost hands that one away, trying to catch Spiidi off guard, but the German was more than prepared.
One round I don't talk about Spiidi and his AUG. Able to get the 1v2 clutch. mopoz, he's expecting this aggression. Look at this. denis is going to walk into it. No flash to assist, but problem is mopoz peeks around the corner, gives up the position, and denis is more than prepared, and now kressy as well. Looking good for the T side.
Into their favor. So with the amount of space they've gathered, it is very much possible that it still comes back. And Denis is going to be picked off over towards Ivy. Steal, though, walking out into the open, has been caught by the boost. Brown seemingly just slipping away. And now smooya is the last one left alive once again. Now the loss bonus is peaked, so they will have extra money.
Out of strategies just yet, but depending on smooya to push through like that and losing the duel against kressy really doesn't help in this round, though. If obviously got the kill, it would open things up.
Yeah, they just seem to be getting outgunned at the moment. Every time they walk into the site, they're hit with a crossfire. The utility they've thrown hasn't really been going too well, and at the moment, they're just pushing one by one. This is individual play after individual play. They are going to push through the smoke. A risk taken from shokz, and again, it nets one kill. Steel really needed to trade that out. A bomb plant will at least give them, again, money for the next round, but as said previously, that doesn't really matter so much anymore. They need to start actually trying to win these. kressy actually getting up close with the AWP. He's only got 16 HP, but I don't know if this is going to be expected by Steel whatsoever. The no-scope missed, but the full team has come pushing through. There's nothing that Steel could do. The AWP will be retrieved, and it's going to be another round that never really looked like Sprout were breaking a sweat. 8-1 into the lead. Sure.
Time and time again, not seeming to work too well here as a decent nade comes down. Spiidi playing up close to personals. They try to push the smoke with no utility and already getting caught out. Now a Molotov thrown down, and Spiidi is just laying down dominance on this inner bomb site.
Can we just get to map 3? I feel like we're already well on the way. Like, this isn't even damage being done at this point. The AWP, they're going to go for the boost to try and check over the top, and it's been spotted. And smooya may have been low, but his head's going to be the cap.
Be ending up that way with this match continuing. Speaking of Steel, he's going to get very aggressive here. Potentially looking to push the smoke to help the flashbang. kressy as well, pretty much body blocking his opponents. Steel not able to get the kill. Site still being held onto by Sprout as it looks to get the bomb planted out for Movistar. Tempted out of Alex, getting sprayed down, and faveN will get the kill. The bomb won't go down. With a 4-on-2, it looks like the round, especially with Denis behind one, looks like it should be over again.
Yeah, the A site hold.
I'm not saying that Sinners are better or worse necessarily than Movistar, but it's been like night and day for them. They're looking way more confident here. They're getting, well, obviously way more rounds than they did last time. And Movistar just doesn't seem to have much of an answer at all. mopoz able to push in towards the site. But kressy, yeah, it's just going to punish him. Sitting on top of the bomb train. And it's looking like, again, a 13th round for the CT side of Sprout. smooya looking to have something to say about it. It's him and shokz together. Able to get themselves 2 kills. So it's down to the 2-on-2. Look at the confidence. slaxz, hello?
What?
smooya, hello? Oh, smooya must have been scoped straight down or towards Ivy.
It is weird. I almost feel like for the last straight out of A main, like it's very easy at this point for there to just be a stack on the A site for everybody just to be expecting these early plays to have utility put down because they've not tried anything new. They haven't changed a single thing. And Sprout are going to win the half.
Oh, this is not looking good. Twistzz just jumped straight down lower. Still can't connect the shot. Though smooya, he's able to get himself a quick double. Bomb should be planted. And now it's coming down to the 4-on-3 retake. You can see mopoz trying to push up the side. smooya just taking it directly to them on top of the bomb train as high as he possibly can. And it seems like they've been able to overwhelm the T side. Bomb going to be stuck. Spiidi trying to come through with the P250, but there's so many angles for him to deal with that this will be Movistar taking the pistol round. So the comeback. I'm not going to say it's on just yet. But at least it has a start. At least Movistar have a chance.
smooya stopped defusing. That means he didn't trust his teammates. Just kill faveN. Kill faveN. Throw it. Throw it. Yeah.
Push down. Flashbang to help assist this one. mopoz as well. The flash to counter this. He gets the first second with the FAMAS, and he will fall. But the damage has been done. Spiidi trying to peek out a little bit wide on top of the bomb train with the bomb will fall. And now slaxz by himself against 4. Gonna get the first, but smooya again being as consistent as ever. And even though the score only is 14-4, to believe in Movistar.
Ooh, that's probably not the start they were looking for either. Not sure how that kill wasn't through smoke. Counter-Strike, come on, pick that one up. It was a straight spam through. Alex hiding within a smoke, but this time it will fade. Flashbang goes through, but he's patient enough to catch off kressy. So the early stages of this round looking good for Sprout have quickly dwindled. slaxz will at least bring one back. smooya still styling. Up to his 21st kill. In fact, he's now the top fragger in the server. There's a little bit of a joke. He will eventually fall, and of course, a 1v2 for Spiidi is not out of the realms of possibility. He isolates Alex and now is waiting for mopoz. Has the right idea as well. Expecting pop be the place his opponent comes from. The problem is the bomb position is arguably the worst, but the push through the smoke from mopoz. Okay, still. Flashbang, yeah, it's perfect from shokz, but he is only going to get the one. Spiidi responds and cover the rest of A.
faveN's trying to distract with the up and down ladder play. The problem was shokz wasn't looking, and it's going to punish him for this. But now Alex, can he hit the shots they need? Incendiary comes through, but the wrong time to throw it. The T's pushed past it. Luckily, smooya's going to be here. It's going to be smoked off, flashed off, and Alex, who's back towards Ivy, is still going to be looking for that kill. Down to the 3-on-3. mopoz gets the one. Spiidi gets the instant headshot back onto him. So still down to the 2-on-2, but smooya can't hit the shot. And now it's all on Alex to save this with the AWP in hand. What a flick onto Spiidi, but he's got to find kressy. You have to imagine this should be easy for the German. And there it is, 16-5.
They can to stop them, and they start out on the T side. An aggressive take into middle. They've got the smokes down as well to give them a little bit of extra ground, but it is going to be shokz to actually start things off. We saw some crazy clutches from him, but this is going to be a tough hold in this corner, hoping to at least get one more kill before he's eventually put down. And while there's some damage done, I like this spot from denis, but he actually gets caught off from smooya, who denies any further presence onto short. The nade will also land directly onto slaxz. But even still, with CT control, this is not going to be an easy take back from Movistar.
Yeah, all coming from the same angle, fighting a team all on the same angle. But slaxz, the timing on that peak was perfect. And now faveN there to help assist as well. Gets the kill back onto Alex and the finisher onto smooya. And what?
Maybe he can get a nice matching yellow one. That would be good. Quick push in from Spiidi, though. And that's exactly what they were looking for. Steal with a quick response, but at the same time, a 3-on-3 after using an SMG is almost a sacrificial lamb. They're not going to be too unhappy with that. Nade thrown in, but there is still a few grenades left for the retake. Not any baited out because of how quickly the push actually came in. But it leaves a bit of an awkward spot now for Sprout, not really knowing how far forward some of these players have actually managed to get. They're going to go peeking, and shokz is more than prepared for any sort of face. faveN, however, has managed to find a trade, but again, his patience pays off. And he just kills off all three people. Good retake from Movistar Riders, but a costly one at that. And considering how clean the last few have been, Sprout, I don't think they're going to feel too hard done by.
A little close on the time there for the defuse, but it still gets pulled off. You saw how impactful smooya was. Going to miss the jump, unfortunately. And slaxz going to spot it out and get the kill. smooya, he's going to miss his shot.
Was feeling it. Like, you have to be hitting every single shot that comes your way to play that angle. Even if you're doing it in like a matchmaking game, you need to be ballsy to try and take those plays. Well, yeah, definitely is one of those players. I won't take that away from him. denis is just causing havoc. He may go down here. Oh, no, he won't. He's baited steal into the peak. How's he got away with this much? An extra couple of kills for him, and sure, faveN goes down, but it's left into basically a 4v1, mainly because mopoz is probably not going to have much of a part in this round. The smoke goes through. shokz, that didn't even look like it should have connected onto anyone, so maybe he can deny them, but the peek out into the arms of slaxz leaves mopoz to try and pull this back. A 1v3 turn 2 seems unlikely, especially with slaxz's current positioning.
3 kills for slaxz. It all started with the kill on the smooya. See Movistar fight back. It's just obviously about them if they can do that. I mean, smooya so far hasn't necessarily been too effective. Hasn't had really the chance to be Russian.
Oh, I like that Molotov, though. They're going to use it to try and force denis into the hands. Play around it. This could work perfectly. Look at the position of mopoz. They've almost traded places, and he could peek out behind them. And they still seem to have absolutely no idea where they just got killed from. He's still within the smoke. They have to try and go for this safer plant. The spam through the box isn't going to deny it, but does at least do a fair amount of damage. And there is nothing that slaxz can do here. That was excellently played after losing that first player for Movistar to get themselves back into the round.
Yeah, and bouncing back into the round is what they're going to need. Following these devices at the B site, doing a fairly good job. Remember, Steel died very early in that last round. Speaking of dying very early, we see a big push out towards the middle, which Alex gets the first. And faveN's going to fall to the martyrdom.
More importantly, it moves the positions of some of these players, and I think it could be a problem. smooya, though, he's got the support from shokz to make sure he didn't go down. There was a world where I see kressy swing and managed to find that kill, and instead smooya's just started to destroy them as they try and attempt.
This Kressy's going to be able to save the AK into the next round. And they got Denis on 51.
Almost blast his way through middle, but instead, patiently waiting. Even still, though, kressy.
We've seen this smoke before. We've seen mopoz play around it. This time, Steel not going to be going for that route. He's actually going to sit back inside the site. mopoz going to push him through kitchen, and here comes the push. 8 seconds left to go. Steel's not seen. 6 seconds. Bomb's now down. And that should be the round. All done. faveN get 1 kill. Get a second as well. I didn't expect him to pull off the second shot. And now he has to be careful to not die after time.
Oh dear, oh dear. Those extra couple of
7100. Nice little smoke in to put faveN to push through. And, well, Steel's left to his own devices. That smoke. There was no to get a kill and back away. So I don't know how far he can actually escape from this one. Alex going to catch out Spiidi pushing through the smoke as the push comes in towards short, and mopoz again. Unfortunately, can't get much of anything done. smooya, though, with the peek around the corner out of kitchen, gets the first. But 1 and done, and if you're Movistar, is there potential to save?
Yeah, I for Sprout. If they get a man advantage, I'm normally pretty confident that they're going to close out the round, which I can't, like, back this stuff.
Knox going to go for the push in towards middle, it seems. Does have some assistance from Connector, but again, another round goes by. Can go through underpass as well to catch anyone trying to go towards Connector, so a really important spot for Spiidi. But he's going to... Actually, sorry, it's Denis, my bad.
Well, that kill makes all the difference. I'm not sure whether or not Alex would have given up this site. Fairly poor after plant position. They basically just got to hold back towards the ramp, which can be very difficult to do already. The first player cleared out. There's a man on the defusal. They need to start spamming, and it's just not happening. Finally, we are going to see the drop. But
Movistar, except smooya trying to go for the shot from short. With the smoke there, he might have the angle. Yeah, he'll take down Spiidi. So finally, Movistar get a man advantage. But the problem is they've left a completely open Denis, just like on Nuke, penetrating the defenses from Movistar. But will they expect shokz to be inside Palace? I have to assume they know there's going to be a player there. kressy trying to stick the bomb. And there it is. faveN covering that one off. Well played by Sprout to cover each other.
Give them a way onto the bomb. The thing is, though, no one coming from CT actually makes this one relatively difficult. And Steel, he had Palace. That's the perfect spot to go for that retake, and the remaining players realize, well, without him, without the time, we have to just fall back. So a similar position for Movistar, having to try and retake that A site, and well, it isn't going to be working out. I also have
Alex almost catching Spiidi. 20 HP, and still he's going to go in for the push. Which is really risky.
This time.
Yeah.
Easily in this round. I mentioned that the battle for mid wasn't too successful, and they've fallen back into the site. slaxz with an important entry, though. They might not expect 2 players to be here, but smooya with a missed shot. It's actually shokz doing the damage with a deagle instead, and he's not going to connect anything. Frustration for smooya and the whole of Movistar, because he was given 3 opportunities to find a kill and comes away with nothing.
To be fair to him, though, it's not very often that happens, as Alex looking to pick up the slack, completely blinded up. And with him falling, it's up to mopoz, 1 against 2. Luckily, the burning's coming on to slaxz, so it repositions him. But the player inside of apartments making it very difficult for him to even go for any sort of defuse. And the jump comes in, trying to bait the shot out of slaxz. He's going to fall, and Sprout
going to be 4 waiting on A.
Well, mopoz is on the flank. He can pick up the pace, and able to catch him off guard as the execute comes straight through, and smooya, without even seeing a player, is getting spammed through the box. shokz is able to get a second. I don't even know he hits that shot onto Spiidi, but might have just given it a chance here for Movistar. Alex needs to back away to stay alive. mopoz is finally here to join the party, but finally as he gets there, slaxz decides to turn around. He reads the timing, and Alex left alone against 3. At least 2 of them are one-shottable. And the flashes from the enemy team are actually helping him out to get in a good position as he gets the first. But the last 2 to find! Down to the 1-on-1 up against Denis. Oh, what a closer out of Alex. The 1v3 clutch and the defuse on top. It'll save this half from going further away from Movistar's hopes as they do get themselves a 7th round to end the half.
That was so sick. That was so sick. What a play.
Defend. And mopoz taking the angle up close, but Denis already gooshed down to 8 HP. He's going to have to back off, and with smooya getting that kill, bomb should be going down, and I don't know how Denis gets out of this ladder room. Well, he doesn't. That's the answer.
When are we going to get that old and just like wrecking everybody in a buy round with that Tech 9? It was pretty ridiculous for a very, very long time.
Comes down to Sprout hitting their shots, though, as looking for the pressure on towards short, and unfortunately slaxz can't hit it. But will Movistar expect this many players to be here? Can Denis rotate in quick enough? The question's going to be answered here momentarily as kressy just trying to stay alive to buy the time. And there's Denis to strike with 2. Leave it down.
The weaponry on the other side really isn't anything to harp on. And this time Spiidi shuts him down.
The mid push. Denis is just lurking on the other side of the smoke.
Even still, mopoz is going to manage to win that battle, but I don't know if they'll expect kressy to actually be here. The first is for free and actually comes up with a double. Sure, shokz has found a kill elsewhere, but it's come back to an eye on even so anything. However, the information he's garnered sets up Spiidi perfectly. The timing really couldn't be much better. He doesn't know where the second player is, though, and smooya will make this close. A 1v1 scenario, a bomb plant into the favor of Movistar. And slaxz maybe spotting just a pixel, which might be enough to give things away. Pushing up close, and then no scope's not going to connect. The Brit will drag them through a round.
Up to 13. Looks like the flashes and the push coming very quickly in towards the B site, but they have a decent stack here with 3 players. They have the ops to support, and Movistar falling 1 by 1. smooya's going to respawn. He clutched out the last round, but with 4 players.
Credit where credit is due. slaxz has been fantastic today. More faveN there is that secondary AWP just waiting patiently.
Boost up for a Molotov, though. Interesting. Throws it directly on top of sight towards triple, and oh, I don't know what mopoz was doing, but luckily for him, shokz is going to be there to pick up the slack.
slaxz hoping to try and find something through the smoke, and well, this needs to be a kill, but instead Denis is spotted by him. Going down would be almost turmoil, because I think he has to drop a couple of guns here for them to really get anything going. A site. Now the plant is going to come down before Sprout can really do much about it. They don't have much utility to really clear anything. However, slaxz, a close range battle with the AWP, will take down Steel. The rest of the team in far more passive positions. But as said, there's no Molotovs to try and force them out of angles. It's just going to have to be the smokes to try and block them off. mopoz in this corner needs to at least find something, but kressy jumps up. And now the remaining players can just look to try and get onto the bomb. This is all she wrote, unless they can find something through this smoke, and it just isn't going to be happening. Fantastic retake. The sort of execute style coming out from Movistar in the last couple of rounds. It is probably the way to go about it. Like, getting in the after plant was good, but you never know. Maybe this works out. smooya finds the...
He's going to be heading back towards the B site, however. And Denis, who's retreated away from his forward position towards short, looking for some kills, but he's only able to get the first. At least the bomb has been spotted. And slaxz, well, he's looking for... looking to put up some major frags here. Get this round towards their side. Op the op, and slaxz able to take down Alex. Now smooya trying to push through with the shotgun op. Gets the first, gets the missed shot, though, coming out of faveN. He will at least have the 1-on-2 here. And he manages to get the bomb down in the meantime. But we'll expect the player to push in from behind him. He spots him out at the perfect time. It's like he's got a sixth sense. Repossession comes in, but time is taken away. So many angles for him to worry about. So many players for him to deal with. He's got to force the 1v1, but kressy's going to peek out the window at the right time. And Sprout, they're now on championship point.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt, but again, it's slaxz. Like, it seems like in so many crucial moments, this man has stepped up.
Start fight them way back and take it to another. A lot of flashes being thrown in early as mopoz gets spammed down through the smoke. Already man advantage going over to Sprout as shokz. He's down to 24 HP, but luckily the bomb should be planted. Steel.
Oh no!
Not how you want to go out if you're Movistar, Tom.
No, that could be the way that the match actually ends. kressy, he's just going to run riot. He might have just ended this game. It's down to smooya in a 1 versus 3 to try and save them. And it's all gone wrong in the fight.